how are you? Look at that! No more braces! Huh? Huh? Look nice, doesn't it? Very, very nice. How can I get the Spaza plush? Ooh, you guys may not know about this. Let me show you something, guys. Prepare your post champs, okay? Prepare your post champs. It's me as a plushie. Isn't that great? Look at that. It's Spaza, everyone. Ah, this is so cool, man. I'm gonna keep this like sitting. He be sitting though. We are here for something else, okay? We are here for an Osu YouTuber tier list. Yes! Yes, indeed, guys. I made this tweet the other day where I said, send me all Osu YouTube content creators you know, active or not, curious to check how many I may not know about. The Osu YouTuber tier list. Everyone. God tier, Spaza, D tier, every other Osu YouTuber. Ah, that's not true, that's not true. Now, I want this to be clear from the very beginning, okay? I want this to be clear from the get-go. Everything I do in this tier list is my own subjective opinion, okay? I didn't want to really call any YouTubers bad because that's not what I want to do with this tier list. Like, this tier list is just for fun, okay? Just for the fun of it. For those of you who will be watching this on YouTube, because of course this is going on YouTube, so chat, you can say hi to YouTube right now. I urge you to really check all of the channels I'm gonna use in this tier list, because I mean, supporting Osu content creators, whether they are nice according to me or not, is what we need to do more as a community, right? So make sure to do that, alright? Every single channel I mention, make sure to check them out, watch their videos, and maybe make your own tier list, why not? I'm definitely gonna link that down in the description, so you guys can have your own fun, alright? Please don't ask me why Karfi isn't here, or why Ryoke isn't here, or why Flying Tuna isn't here, because of course, these are only people that upload their gameplay stuff. Obviously, I'm not omniscient, there's probably not gonna be every single content creator that has ever existed, but hopefully it's enough. I'm gonna start with my man, you know, the one and only Beast Troll MC, aka BTMC. Now, BTMC, of course, is a content creator on Twitch. He's by far the best Osu streamer we have in our community, there's absolutely no doubt on that. However, he doesn't really make that much content outside of gameplay, so because of that I can't really put him in the best category, but 100% he deserves to be great, because he is a great content creator, absolutely, like there's no doubt on that whatsoever. Beamfy is basically a channel who is composed of a mixture of gameplay, commentary, but also just cool stuff in general regarding Osu. This type of content isn't really geared towards me, like it's not really the type of content that I really watch and it makes me go whoa or anything, but he's definitely got potential when it comes to new content. And he's definitely a good guy, good channel, which is why I'm gonna put him just one step lower than Bistro, which is alright, Mirai. Now, this guy is one of the very few people who has managed to become famous outside of Osu. Like, he started off as an Osu YouTuber, but nowadays he's more of a just normal YouTuber in general. Like, he's a content creator on the website. He has obviously made lots of Osu content. It's obviously content that's geared more towards a more casual audience, which is why, even though I can recognize he's obviously a great guy, I think I'm gonna have to put him just a tiny bit, small tiny amount before great. Definitely gonna have to put him at alright. Now, you guys, if you listen to my last podcast, of course the Hit Circle podcast, you know that I'm a big fan of Koifishu. Like, all of his content, or at least 95% of it, is related just to Osu, and he does quite a lot for the Osu community on YouTube and in general, plus on Twitch, of course. I'm sure he's way above great, and I think you guys will agree with me when I say he's one of the best Osu content creators we have at the moment. Friends. This guy is an extremely talented and underrated YouTuber at the moment. He's not even at 10k subs. I think he deserves more for the kind of content he provides. He makes basically commentary videos which are very reminiscent of what Bramaster L does. So it's basically commentary about the game, about stuff that happens in the game. He deserves to be up there with Mirai and Bimphy, definitely, like 100%. Bramaster L. As you guys know, I'm very familiar with this channel. He's a brand new Osu content creator who does make some pretty cool videos. Like that's absolutely no doubt on that. He has potential to be great in the future, so I'm gonna have to put him at alright right next to Friends. You guys may not know, but Digital Hypno, legendary tournament player, has recently started making YouTube content, and it ranges from tournament stuff about his tournament matches and whatnot, to actual advice videos which are very short, well produced. And he also has a podcast, by the way. Now, is it as great as the Hit Circle podcast with its insane production quality of one microphone and one person? That I can't really tell, but he has great potential, so I will definitely put him here. Happy Stick, I think, is the one that really made people realize that you can make a career out of Osu as a video game. The interviews with Dr. Levi and all of that, it really went above and beyond, and I think is definitely deserving of the great role. Kachulu just makes content that I'm not really a huge fan of. Like, it's just like, I understand the type of content he makes, and I definitely respect it. I have no problems with it. However, it's just not something that I enjoy. And I'm glad he actually went from being, you know, one of those low rank content creators to actually starting to play the game a bit more and actually being proficient in playing, I guess. I don't think he's on the same level as somebody like Digital Hypno or Bramaster, so I'm gonna have to put him one step under that, which is meh. No Name is quite the underrated channel. It's not really anything too exceptional, obviously, but his editing is super clean. His videos are incredibly clean, and he talks a lot about keypads, keyboards. Like, there's so many things in this channel, it's quite intriguing. He belongs right next to Digital Hypno. Ibik. This man is the keyboard connoisseur. I've learned so much from this channel, and it's once again extremely clean editing. Definitely right up there with No Name. Those are two very underrated guys. This guy has 193 subscribers. It's yet another hidden gem. Niavdi. He hasn't really been blessed by the YouTube algorithm yet. He made a very interesting video about pen grips. He goes in this category absolutely. To the Beat has changed a lot, and it went from just being a straight up, you know, replay upload channel to actually making some very interesting content. For example, you know, Osu Weekly. They also took care of player interviews in the top 100. This definitely deserves to be in the good section. Now, Circle People is once again a channel where I have been stuff. There's so many nice people in there that are very talented. However, the channel itself is just not managed well. It doesn't make any content anymore outside of replay uploads. If I made this tier list 2 months ago, the channel was completely dead. Like, it's trying to pick up again, but I'm not sure whether it's gonna last. It doesn't deserve to be alright. It's got to go in meh. 001 The Fish. Osu versus videos. Back in the day, the community wasn't as big, so there was some very interesting versus videos. Like, for example, there was this one video that featured me when I was a low rank guy. It was me versus Risia, who is a Japanese accuracy HDHR player. It's one thing where it's an upcoming player versus a top player, but now if you do White Cat versus Baxey on Altar, I mean, those are scores that everyone knows. He's known for doing versus videos, and he has always done versus videos, and it's continuing to do just versus videos. Like, you know, obviously it's not a bad channel and I have nothing but respect for this guy, but to me this isn't a great channel. It belongs in meh. Now, Gloomshot is of course a bot. It's like there's no human, like, you know, okay, so obviously there is a human. This is a bot that basically makes highlight videos on its own. Gloomshot has helped so many people, like so many small streamers, to gain more exposure, even though it's a bit controversial as a choice, because of course it's always those kinds of you know, stream highlight compilations. It's not that exciting and it completely relies on other people for their content. For the fact alone that it's a bot made by a person, human curated, it's such an interesting concept, and it does have the community's interest in mind. I have absolutely no problem putting him in the alright section. Blue Pointed, everyone. He's certainly used to make Twitch highlights compilations, basically. It's kind of boring, to be honest, and the one thing that really always ticks me a bit off of this channel is that the thumbnails were completely fake. He would basically take very like hard maps, and I'm talking stupid fucking maps that are like 20 stars. So if you take a screenshot in any point, it's like there are 5,000 circles all in one place, and make it the thumbnail and then add like Rafis in the fucking, you know, thumbnail or something. So from an external point of view, it's as if Rafis is trying to play that map, but that's actually not the case. It's really bad clickbait. It's a practice that I don't appreciate, so this I'm gonna have to go with bad. This guy has made one video that's got like, I think his first video has got like 1 million views, and that was basically his magnum opus. Other than that, he hasn't really made anything too interesting to me, so as a result it can't go anywhere else but meh. I find myself in the awkward position of having to rate Willy. My own moderator Willy. The man who is in chat right now. His videos are extremely interesting. I think his videos are probably the best Osu historian type of content. Basically, stuff that talks about the history and the past of Osu. If you're a new player right now watching this on YouTube and you are curious about the Osu history, how did we grow as a community, how did we go this way, who were the previous top players with Minute Legends, you undoubtedly need to check Willy's channel, and I think he's definitely on the same, like, he's not the best, but 100% confident in saying he's great. Absolutely great. My man Verto. He has been an inspiration for me back when I started like creating YouTube content. His content is actually quite nice, I think. Like, obviously you can agree or disagree with him because it's always gonna be commentary stuff, but it's about the Osu community, what's going on in the community and all of that. I think he's one of the greats. 100% for sure. This may be slightly controversial. Don't take out your pitchforks yet. Don't start writing up a Reddit post on how I'm a piece of shit. Hugo Frost is a lovely guy that's part of the Osu community. He started making videos where he would basically play anime openings with no mod on like 5 and 6 stars, and somehow he would get 1 million views on them. As time went by, he actually went from just being this casual player who will just for some reason get views, to actually making his own content and improving as a player as well, by the way. He has very solid aim. Now he uploads kind of higher level gameplay with like fast DT jumps and whatnot. Like, he definitely improved a lot as a player and as a streamer. In fact, he's also partnered on Twitch, which is great. He's a great guy. So, you know, originally, if I ever had to rate him, I would probably put him at meh, because it was just gameplay and it wasn't exciting gameplay. But nowadays, he's definitely a very good YouTuber, but I wouldn't go as far as to call him great yet. But only recently he's blowing up on Twitch and doing more type of content directly with his viewers, so it definitely has the potential to go into the greats. Now, Bubbleman is one of those exceptions to my rules, because as I said, you know, I didn't include that many top players who upload like strictly just gameplay, but he created some extremely useful advice videos for new players. Like he made very few content. It's like maybe 10 videos at most, but it's so high quality, so useful. Like watching those helps you massively, absolutely massively. So I have absolutely no doubt when I say he's not one of the best, because again he made very few content, but he's one of the best when it comes to the greats. He's one of the greats, and he goes all the way to the left. Tokaku, when she started out by making solely only Osu YouTube content, but as time passed she evolved a lot, like a lot as a content creator. She covers all sorts of things, whether it's Osu products, different types of Osu keyboards, different touchscreens, devices to play the game with, other rhythm games, making, you know, comparisons in between different rhythm games. Like it's so much stuff. She was one of the first to make this content and go all in with it, and as time goes by she just improves so much, and I find her content to be extremely interesting. I think she's above great, and she has grown the way she has because she's able to make like different types of content across the entire rhythm game spectrum, so she's undoubtedly one of the best. Now Nalian, I really want to dedicate some time to him, because Nalian has been probably the biggest inspiration for me as a content creator right now. When I started streaming, I never thought, you know, I won't ever get a viewership, I won't ever get more than 10 viewers, there's no way I'm ever gonna do any of this. And when I looked at Nalian, I saw that he was just so determined to do it. And he kept pushing, and he built a community from nothing. He has gone from 0 subs, and I'm talking like 0 goose egg, no subs whatsoever, to 10k subs on YouTube. That's insane as an Osu streamer. All of those videos that you're seeing right now on my channel, all of my commentary videos where I actually show my face and I talk to people and I give advice, those videos exist because of Nalian, because he inspired me to be a better content creator. Now that I've got all the personal stuff out of the way, I must of course talk about his content. Now, his content is quite creative. I don't think he's on the same level as someone like Tokaku, because they just go above and beyond the Osu community, and I think he's up there with BTMC, if I gotta be honest. He's one of the greats, for sure. Do you know about A-Mo? This guy, this man, like, you know, mapping I guess has got a bit of a bad rap during these last few years because of the whole PP mapping and PP mappers, and, you know, maps being the same but with different songs and whatnot. But the mapping world in general is so incredibly interesting, and watching guys like this really makes me just like, dude, I need more. I'm so sad that this guy has stopped making videos, because I feel like mapping is such an interesting subject. If you make good Osu videos as a player and I watch them, that's great. Like, you are a great YouTuber. But when you make videos about a subject that I never touched, that I have no intention of getting into, and I'm still glued to them, I'm still so interested in them, like, you are one of the best. Like, you are undoubtedly one of the best content creators. Mapping content, we need more shit like that, guys. We need more YouTubers that just go and talk about mapping. Which is why, by the way, Pishifet is the most iconic when it comes to this. I think Pishifet has inspired many people to actually create content. It's once again, this is very sad because he has stopped making content, and I wish he didn't. He would undoubtedly be above and beyond everyone. He is by far the best, like the best. That's my opinion on it, guys. That's my opinion on it. 2127 is a criminally criminally underrated channel. Like, his content is great. It's so extremely interesting. It's about Osu, obviously, about the Osu community. But other than making videos on his own about Osu, he also interviews people. Like he collabs with people and does such an interesting, it's just a spectacle to go into the hidden parts of the Osu community that you may not necessarily think of. Recently he has done an interview with an Osu featured artist, Dictate. I have no way of not considering him one of the greats. This is, of course, this all comes down to personal bias and what I enjoy when I seek a certain content. I think he's not as good as Willy just because it's different types of subjects, but he's definitely up there. Xavi. Or Shuvi, depending on how you want to pronounce that. This channel is such an extreme phenomenon. This channel is completely Russian. This guy makes Osu content completely in Russian, and he has managed to build such a big community that goes, like, it's insane what he has accomplished. Like, if my videos I make on this channel were made in Italian, I would have 100 subs. Of course he does have subtitles in his videos so you can watch them and enjoy them, but like 90% of his audience is from Russia. It's great, so it's definitely one of the greats. Gervasus, right? I guess this channel is mostly known for their highest PP plays of X month, where it's basically the same 20 maps that get ranked which are farm, you know? Like, I just don't like this whole culture surrounding the game at the moment, and this channel is basically the go-to place for, ooh, look at that PP, oh my god, whoa! To me, this is definitely like meh. Narrator. To make it short, I'm not a huge fan of Narrator's content, and unfortunately Narrator is also responsible for the fucking awful ass Rafis Java meme. It makes me sick to my stomach, guys. You need to stop it. I'm sorry to say, but this is gonna be a bad for me. Click the Circles is basically one of those channels that starts making content and they get blessed by YouTube immediately. Like, this guy, his first video I think got like a couple million views, maybe. His videos were basically like top tech players, except it wasn't well researched, or top speed players, except it wasn't well researched. His videos were enjoyable though, like, I gotta be honest, like, those videos were nice to look at just as a more of a casual viewer, so I'm just gonna put him like right after Cthulhu. So Wabufwolf is, I mean, do I really have to explain who Wabufwolf is? I think he's the very first Osu YouTuber, actually. Like, first one to make gameplay, but also other stuff. Like, his old videos, I still watch them every once in a while. It's very nostalgic for me, because I remember I used to watch those videos back when I was a baby. Small Osu baby at 6 digits. I could put him at the best, but like at the end, basically. Since we talked about nostalgia with Wabufwolf, I may as well just go full nostalgia mode on you and get rid of those two. Chippy and Beyond the Revolution, aka Yomega. Those are two very old Osu content creators. If you're a new player, it's more likely that you don't know who those two people are. I'm not gonna lie to you. Watching those videos today, they have not aged well. Like, the humor is kind of like what you would expect from a 7-digit on Osu game. Like, it's not really that revolutionary of anything. Like, back then, that was a brand new thing. I think they could either be on meh, or maybe just there at the end of alright. And, if I say this, then people are gonna come at me for saying, you really think Chippy is better than Cthulhu? I don't think it's better, it's just different type of content in different eras and different ways I enjoy it. Like, that's the whole thing. Another very underrated channel that not that many people talk about is actually Under the Radar. It's basically a channel that's entirely dedicated to giving appreciation to those replays that are very underrated and perhaps even unknown. I think it deserves more subs, but it also needs to be a bit more consistent, because right now if you look at it, it's kind of like half dead. Like it's very strange, very inconsistent, and this definitely goes into the alright section. Wieku! Top 50 knockout replays. 50 replays are playing at the same time. As soon as someone misses, they basically go out. It's almost like it's some kind of battle royale in the top 50 of certain maps, which actually makes me wonder whether I ever been in one of those videos, you know? Regardless, it does make some interesting content, but I mean, it's nothing really than some fancy replays, and the whole, by the way, the whole cursor dance bot and shit like that, I just don't understand it. So I'm gonna have to put him basically right there after Under the Radar, in the alright section. Disco as an entity is beyond ascended in my opinion, like just the way he maps. However, when it comes to his YouTube content, I think he had some very interesting compilations and whatnot, like, you know, top SS ranks, top X, top Y. He's actually the one that inspired me to create many of my videos, such as top tech players, top, you know, top fucking touchscreen players or whatever. I think he belongs in the great section. If I had to take him now, I would probably put him here where Xavi is, and Xavi will go here, basically. The man, the myth, the legend, Anton himself. I think maybe it was the very first channel that managed to build an entire community of Osu stream highlights, like giving like promotion to smaller streamers for what he has done for the Osu community, even though he doesn't really make that many videos anymore. I can definitely put him in the alright section. I don't think it's one of the greats, just because it's the type of content that, like, you know, it's Twitch highlights. It's not anything too exceptional. To me, it's alright, but it's definitely high in the alright section. Sugoism. This guy is a brand new channel once again. Basically creates Osu related YouTube content. To be honest, like all of those channels who are like new, or maybe they are not really all that interesting yet, but I see the potential, those are the kinds of guys I just put in the alright section towards the bottom. I would say it's basically the same level as Nyabdi. I'm gonna put him here, I think. Harley Rizumu to me is the same thing as those two. I think he's slightly better overall, so I'm gonna put him like upwards compared to them. But you know, that's, you know, it's not stuff I find overly interesting, but that's solely like my own personal opinion. Again, Xelvion is one of those channels that basically blew up. You make one video and it gets like 2 million views somehow, and then it basically starts there and ends there, at least to me. Like, I think his videos are just not geared towards me, like I'm not the ideal demographic. I wouldn't really call him bad. Just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but I mean, it's definitely not that interesting, so I will put him at meh. Another highlight channel that's very quite interesting is called Crepe. He makes some very interesting edits. He puts a lot of effort into what he does. It's not just look at this clip, then look at this other clip, then look at this other clip. Quite interesting. It's not really as iconic as Anton, so I'm just gonna have to put him right after Anton, but I guess he's pretty quite high in the alright section. Implify. I don't know what's up with Russians, but they have the best fucking editors. Have you guys noticed that? Like, this guy's video editing skill is nuts. I wish I was able to edit like him. My edit is way more simplistic. He's known on YouTube for the Osu Rewind, but he also made some very other interesting edits. He's inactive on YouTube, but he's actually active on Twitter. And you know what he does on Twitter? He makes shit posts, just like me. It's great, man. Like the fucking transition from YouTube to Twitter shit posting, that's something that everyone should aspire to do. I'm willing to say that he is one of the greats, no doubt. Faultry, basically a mixture of gameplay and like some other you know, elements, like for example commentary videos. I think it's one of those channels that really pours creativity. Like there's a lot of creativity going on in those videos, which I can definitely appreciate. I don't think he's at that point yet where I can exactly call him a great content creator. I think he's up there with people, once again, that I mentioned earlier, like new content creators like Beamfy, No Name, you know, those guys. So I'm gonna put him like probably here. Rizzy is here, or more like Rizzy was here. It's basically just replays. The thing though is that he was the first one to introduce speed uploading. Now I'm sure there were some very small YouTubers, like maybe Poised even, the creator of Circle People by the way, that were doing that already, but Rizzy is here was the first one that really got a name for being a speed uploader. Right now people give things for granted because there are tons of channels that upload replays extremely fast and they do it in the moment basically. He's definitely iconic in that sense, but it's not anything too exceptional and it's a dead channel. Like he's only here for the nostalgia factor, which is why I'm gonna put him right next to Chippy and Beyond the Revolution. Haha Bear! His content is nice, like it's very enjoyable from a casual standpoint. Like as a casual player you enjoy watching the aim go zoom brr brr paka paka. The only shtick of this channel is that he has shaky aim. That's it really. Like he has made some very useful videos regarding tablets, different things you can use in Osu and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't find it to be extremely interesting. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I'm gonna put him in the alright section. Nice Flash. Some videos that were very interesting were the videos about Osu playstyles, where he basically goes over like different types of like Osu player setups and stuff like that, their settings, the way they play. Like it's a cool thing. Like I definitely see the appeal, and he also has an extremely clean editing style. But at the end of the day, like he was just an Osu compilation channel, just like Anton, just like Crepe. Like, you know, Nice Flash I think had a lot of potential to actually grow as a content creator, but I think he stopped making videos, which, you know, kind of sucks. So I'm basically gonna put him here. Sakis is known in the Osu community right now for creating Osu memories. But before that, he made YTPMVs, which are basically, you know, remixes and stuff like that. Like he had very creative mind and very creative content. Right now, if you go on his channel, it's honestly kind of sad because for some reason all of his videos are deleted. The only thing he has on his channel right now is Osu Memories. It's not a bad thing by any means because that's probably his most iconic video, but he used to make such good content, it's honestly hard for me to not have him as one of the greats. It was such an ephemeral channel, like it came around, it was very enjoyable, it made numbers, it got attention, like it had potential to go somewhere, but then it just kind of stopped. It's almost like a shooting star, like you see it and it disappears immediately. It was a great channel, it really was. And I to be honest, I kind of miss Sakis because, you know, back then he was kind of like my rival, if so to speak, because I made remixes and I made Osu Megamix and he made Osu Memories and he made remixes as well. My buddy in arms unfortunately is gone, but it's okay, guys. We need to keep his legacy going, so yeah. Tufas then is an Osu YouTuber who was extremely wholesome. Like, he was so passionate about the game, and he decided to cover an aspect of the game which really wasn't ever on YouTube, which was basically skinning. He did so many things related to skinning, and it was very interesting to see on YouTube. Unfortunately, like, I think if he continued making content, he definitely had enough potential to be one of the greats, but because he stopped, I think it's fair for me to just put him as alright. Velocity for the Win is quite an interesting channel. He was another one of those guys that basically took care of skinning, which was one aspect of Osu which wasn't really talked about on YouTube. Obviously he made more than that, but he, like, his most iconic videos, at least in my opinion, were his skinning ones, where he would basically like talk about skins and skinning and whatnot. It's basically like, if I have to describe his channel, I would basically, it's very similar to Too Fast Dan. Extremely clean editing, very professional looking, and honestly I can't really put him higher. I guess it's on the same level, so I'm just gonna put him right here. Another skinning channel that talks about skins and was very had a very short time on YouTube was Skin House. Now this channel, I was actually part of it, funnily enough. You guys may not know, maybe you do, but I was an editor for Skin House. I made many of the videos that are on this channel currently. It was very well organized, you know? Like, coming from Circle People stuff, which was extremely unorganized, Skin House was basically night and day for me. There was a whole bunch of different organizations, people were talking to each other, there was complete communication, transparency in between staff. Unfortunately, I kind of had to step away from it as an editor. I was too busy with university and trying to do my own stuff on my YouTube channel to really dedicate too much time to Skin House. And it's sad to say that unfortunately, ever since I left the editor stuff, no new videos have been made, and now the channel is completely dead. So that's yet another skinning channel that unfortunately didn't manage to get too far. Chucky the Wolf. Some of his videos have blown up during his time on YouTube, which ultimately helped growing his channel. To be honest, I don't think it's extremely interesting or unique. Like, it's basically just another highlight channel. To me, it's one of those channels that has potential, obviously, like the guy is passionate, but so far, I mean, it's not really anything too exciting. Again, personal opinion. So to me, it's neither good or bad, which basically translates to meh. Azer, I was questioning whether I should have put him in this video or not, because his channel, as many other top players, is mostly gameplay related, so it's not really like he has that much content, but he has made an interesting discussion video which is about new players and whatnot. He also made some things about OWC. His channel is 90% gameplay and 10% content, but that 10% content is actually quite useful and quite enjoyable, which is why I'm willing to put him in the alright section. And the only reason I won't put him higher, I mean, obviously everyone knows Azer is a legend in the actual game. This isn't about Osu, it's about content creation on YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna put him at alright. Squashy Boy is extremely mainstream, there's no doubt about that, alright? No doubt. However, I think he's the one on YouTube, along with Tokaku, that has really made so much content. Like, he was the first one to come up with innovative ideas, and I'm talking very innovative, like stuff that no one had done before. Now, of course, there is the whole entertainment aspect of it, because it's actually quite a funny guy, good editing, good production value, all supportable, of course, as we all know. I definitely feel confident in saying he's one of the best Osu content creators, 100%. Etienne is a YouTuber who is actually very similar to Tokaku, I guess, in terms of content, because it's basically like rhythm games in general. He talks about a whole variety of subjects. I think he only blew up recently because of the Vaxei documentary, but if you only know him for the Vaxei documentary, I really recommend you actually check his old videos too, because he has been making quality stuff for a long time, and he's extremely passionate about rhythm games, and he's also one of those guys that, despite being a more rhythm game player, he's not one of those guys that basically have a stick up their ass and say, oh, Osu sucks, fuck Osu, now I play O2 Jam. He's actually a reasonable guy in the general rhythm game community, and that's fucking awesome, to be honest. In my opinion, at least, like, his editing is quite nice, very clean, very relaxing, but it doesn't have that level of quality yet to be able to be the best. But I think I would be lying to you if I didn't put him in great, and the best, like the greatest great, like is literally like one step before the best. That's it. Let's talk about Rafis, right? So Rafis, I don't think I need to explain who Rafis is, you know? Do I have to say anything? Like, if you think of Osu, you think of Rafis. He has made some very interesting content. Now, when it comes to gameplay, he's the one man, the one and only guy that really revolutionized thumbnails. Shit posting in thumbnails, post-ironic thumbnails, it's fucking great. His thumbnails are absolutely above and beyond anything we've ever seen. There have been some people that have done that, but Rafi's thumbnails are just above everyone else. He has also made some content which is just galaxy brain flying in space, because he has made some Polish meme shitposts which are insane. Fucking insane. His content is above and beyond anything in the Osu community, and you know what that means, right? Like, you know what it means to be on another plane of existence? That obviously means he's one ascended channel in the Osu community. I'm not gonna rate myself because I think this is kind of like useless, you know, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek in my video. I guess if I have to rate my content objectively, I would probably be in great. I wouldn't say I'm one of the best, but at least I'm right there with Willy, Verto, I think, at least. Not only do I make commentary videos right now, but in the past I made lots of things like top player compilations, Osu player spotlights, remixes, Osu Megamix. Like, I've done so many things in the Osu community, and now I'm transitioning to commentaries, which is, you know, more fun to me. Now, this may be my hottest take yet, guys. Spicy hot take double McChicken burger. Seeple is ascended, and I'm gonna explain why. Now, I know what you're thinking. Seeple is a replay channel. How the fuck can this be ascended? He only uploads replays. First of all, that's not true. Seeple has done so many things for the Osu community, it's honestly insane. And all of that in one single year. Okay? So, he has made bots, Discord bots, overlays for streamers, custom PP counters for streamers, management in the Osu community regarding, you know, streams and whatnot. He moderates chats, skins for top players, HD skins, animations, YouTube videos, programming. And on top of that, skinning, he made the Osu Beta website where there are all skins, all categorized, all with previews, with videos, with shit. Like, it's insane. And on top of that, he uploads videos consistently. Every single time, no matter what, he manages to upload videos in time. He speed uploads every single fucking time. The amount of work, consistency, like all of that makes him deserving of not only the Ascended, but the first place in Ascending. He is the most Ascended channel right now in the Osu community. All of this has been accomplished in such a short amount of time. It honestly just makes me wonder about the future of Seeple. I really have to take my hat off to Seeple. And if you're watching this, Seeple, I don't know if it's only one person, I think it is, but I may be wrong because honestly it's a lot of stuff to manage. Seeple, if you're watching this, you can always, you know, hook me up with the costume skins. Costume skin, sorry, but I mean, that's up to you really. Hey, that's up to you, man. So yeah, guys, this is my Osu content creator tier list. Again, I forgot Disco and Wabov Wolf, who I think are very, very important. So, you know, when this goes live on YouTube, I will probably add them, I guess. I really hope you enjoyed this stream. I had a great time. Remember, if you want to keep up with my content, with what I do, with my projects, with my stream, with everything I do, make sure to join my Discord. It's actually quite nice if you do that, because I enjoy having people on my Discord to talk and you know, to talk about shit, to ask tips, to all of that. Have a good one, guys, and if you want to do this tier list on your own, by the way, I will post it later on Twitter with Wabofwolf and Disco. Love you guys!